I want to thank you all for coming today. We're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves. If we can just say our name and the company name. We have a lot of folks in here today. I want to raise a hand. Who RSVP'd? Okay. Really important for us to know how to set the room up and to have enough food to RSVP. I love having you people just walk in. I love that. But if it's all possible, please RSVP so we can make sure we have enough food for everyone and to make sure that we don't. We want to be able to set the room up so everyone's comfortable.
Probably take
and
it off
everybody
your emails then.
I'm sorry?
You should probably take it off your emails because it says you don't need to.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Excuse me? You should probably take it off what?
Off like your
Email, it says.
It says you don't need to.
Oh.
Yeah.
On what?
Yeah.
I think you have to RSVP if you want to eat.
If you want,
Right.
you want to eat, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. So, again, welcome. We're glad to have you all here. My name is Bobby Vandenbalk. I'm the Member Services Director here at the Exeter Area Chamber. So let's start here, and we'll go around the room, and then I'll introduce Lisa.
Hi there, I'm Elizabeth Anderson with Cracker Jack Bariatric Nutrition.
Kathy Barber, CrossFit Reclamation.
Gail Larned, Golden Years in Holistic Care.
Lindsay Mitchell, Life Manage.
Cynthia Berner, Camelot at the Holy Grail Event Center.
Jeff Merrill, Toby Merrill Insurance.
Denise Hernandez, the Cookbook Magazine, and Kirk Social Media Services. James Cheney, Deputy Junior Real Estate Contractor.
Nancy Michael, Legal Shield.
Ann Miles, Carriage Driving. May is Carriage Driving Month, and you'd like to come carriage driving soon afterwards. Lucy Champion, the new employee at the Chamber.
Victoria McKinney Boretsky, it would be Boretsky's Deli. We're taking over from Kathy here.
Kathy Sandring, formerly Avalino. Proud new owners right here. So, same location, same great, well, not same great stuff, better stuff, but definitely get in and see that, for sure. Gotta get them going, right, Sam?
That's right. Gabriel Rescue Deli.
My name's Ida, I'm with Jeff.
I'm Valerie Haggett, Sundell Cards.
Ken Burley, Kingston Insurance Agency.
Your head with Cross Insurance Agency. Robert Curtis, Boy Rider.
Molly Garillo, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hunter Putnam, The Idea Garage.
Nick Fenningworth, I work with business owners who want to make a difference but need the profit.
Cleo Cassidy, St. Vincent Paul.
Brenda Smith, Flex Express Delivery Service.
Karen Rand, Frank West Hoppenhall.
Nikki Jackson, with Great Bay Limousine.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bennett. I'm with iHeart Media radio stations like WERZ from Exeter.
Ben Paquin from Seniors Helping Seniors.
Kim Fortuna, Griswold Home Care.
Paul's Office in Gen Technologies, because everyone deserves a good phone. Phil McDonough from the Intern Shop.
Anyone that hasn't introduced themselves?
Hi, I'm Ben Paquin from Seniors Helping.
Well, we are here to get social. So, turn on your devices, turn on your phones, your iPads, your laptops, whatever you have, turn them on. They're going to be useful for us today. It's going to be an interactive program. I'd like to introduce Lisa Carter with Drinkwater Productions, and we're going to get started. Again, I have the sign-in sheet. If you haven't signed it, who has not signed the sign-in sheet? Everyone else has? Awesome.
All right.
Great. Kathy, have you signed it?
Nope.
Okay. We are going to get started, and again, a great round of applause for Lisa.
Oh, not yet. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's a gorgeous day, so I'm so happy. We put this together a couple weeks ago. I've been a member of the Chamber and representing my clients and myself. Drinkwater Productions and Drinkwater Marketing is the name of the company. Just to give you a little bit of background about who I am, I've been doing social media for about 5 or 6 years now, only because I was in traditional marketing. I've worked for companies like Timberland, footwear. I've worked for Staples Corporation. If anybody's ever bought, ladies ever bought lingerie, or men have bought lingerie for their ladies, I've worked for Victoria's Secret, all within the brand development and traditional marketing. And what I started to see as I did my own business is that consumers were turning over. It was a new way that we were looking at getting information. It's not every day that you as business owners have the opportunity to come here, talk to folks, have lunch. And so what we're starting to do is obviously turn to all the device options that we have. So what I'd like to do today is, let's just get social, let's have fun. I want your devices on. I'm going to be doing a bunch of talking, but that's not really important. What I want you to do is be able to hear what I'm saying and apply it to your own business. So whether it's on the phone or on your iPad, if you have a phone or an iPad, a tablet, and you have the notes option, open up the notes option, start writing that, because that's something that you can email to yourself. You don't have to look back at paper and hold it. And so I just want to kind of share some tools that we can work better. Social media has made me a lot more organized. It's made me more in touch with clients. And that's what I do all day long for businesses in the area, in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And we actually have clients up in Vermont. So my background is marketing, so you're going to hear a lot about that. Unlike traditional social media marketers, I wasn't born, I'm 48 years old, so I wasn't born with a device or with on-demand options. So what I'm telling you is more about the consumer. I saw a post one day that I thought was fabulous. Unless you're Apple, no one really cares about the brands that we have in this room. But we have to make them care. We have to give them a reason. We have to give them content. We have to connect. So the information I'm going to give to you is about consumers. And then if we have time, I have an awesome consumer trend report, a video that I want to show you guys. So how about that, okay? So if you have a page on your phone, that your Facebook page, if it's personal, your business page, LinkedIn, open it up, and I'm going to start with just telling you why it's important. And I'm sorry, now I'm looking at that, that's a little light. So we're all small business owners or work for a small business in the area. Wow, we can't really see that, so let me just walk you through that. LinkedIn is at the top, 57%. Facebook is the next one. So as I'm talking, just try to write yourself notes as what you are missing in your life for social media strategy, and ask me questions. If you're challenged with anything that I'm saying, or if any of these platforms, as we get to each one of them, let's talk about it. You don't have to wait to the end. Let's have a group discussion about what some of the challenges are. I'm going to open up this on my iPad so that I'm not leaning in on you guys. Just give me a sec. So if you have a business today, traditional marketing is still valid. It exists, but social media marketing is the fastest word of mouth. So I just posted you guys that I'm presenting to you. So I'm going to check in on my Facebook page and see what kind of relevancy I get. If you guys want to do the same now, if you want to take a picture of and just tag, and I'll show you how to do that. If you want to take a picture of this room right now, I'm going to show you on your personal page how you can get some leverage with your fans. If you're on your business page, you can do that. If it's on your personal page, just take a photo. Images are everything. If you want to do a video of me talking, that's fine. But it's all about the content. So if you're a small business, you need to have a presence. This is where everybody is. Did anybody wake up this morning and did not check their Facebook page or their email? Was there anybody in this room that did not pick up their cell phone first?
That's me.
You didn't?
Yeah.
You checked your laptop?
What's that?
You haven't checked anything today?
Oh, today I think it's the first thing in the morning.
This morning you didn't check anything?
I'm correct. I am lame.
No wonder why you didn't respond to me now.
So,
Yeah.
No, I
This
did-
thing was canceled this morning. You didn't see it?
I was up late last night checking things.
Oh. So
That's my bedtime.
I want to say you're under the age of 40.
I am. Yeah,
Okay.
great.
I was going to say under the age of 35. Okay, so we have a millennial in the room. This is fantastic. Awesome. So LinkedIn, 57%. Facebook. There is a small percentage that says they don't really use social media. Twitter would be next, Google+, and YouTube. Those would be the top 5. Does everyone have a presence on those? LinkedIn. How many people have a LinkedIn? Just everyone. Okay. Facebook. Facebook personal. Facebook business. Ooh. Okay. Twitter. I thought I was going to lose everybody. Twitter. Fantastic. Google+. Google Plus is a challenge. And YouTube. Anyone have a YouTube channel for their business?
If you have a YouTube, you have a Google, it's all linked in together.
But some people have not,
Use it.
oh yeah, opened it up. Exactly. Did anybody post yet for this?
Do you want us to
Okay.
post a picture on our Facebook page and then?
Wherever you feel like you could use the
Okay.
boost. Okay. So you're going to write you're excited, and you're going let me see if I can get to
The time of your life.
You're having the time of your life. That's what I wrote. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, even the Bahamas, other than here. So you're going to, there is a symbol on your Facebook page, on your, the @ sign. You guys find the @ sign? And we're going to tag Exeter Chamber of Commerce. So you're going to do @Exeter Chamber of Commerce, and that should come up. I don't have too much here yet. Bobby has a Facebook page. We can tag Bobby. She's
Yeah.
at Exeter.
Exeter Chamber Box.
Bobby, Exeter Chamber Bobby. We can even tag at Exeter, New Hampshire. You can even tag at Visit Exeter in H. You can tag me, I'm Lisa Carter Knight. At Lisa Carter Knight.
We're gonna do this inside the app, though, right? Inside the app?
Yeah. Well, you should be able to do that right on the post as you're writing. @ sign and then my name, Bobby Exeter. Are you guys finding those? Are they popping up for you? Lisa Carter might not be, because I think I have to be we have to be connected. Okay.
I took Facebook off my phone.
You'll be able to use it through your mobile browser.
So we deal, at Drinkwater, we deal a lot with restaurants. Food is sexy, food gets people excited, it's emotional. But we're starting to have other industries that are reaching out to us because of the importance of social media in terms of connecting with users on mobile device, younger consumers, millennials, and then the cost. The cost to participate in social media is a lot less expensive than other marketing venues. So we are now starting to see folks in the healthcare, lawyers, we have a financial advisor, we're working with limousine companies, nail salons. Everyone's trying to come up with what the social media strategy is. The problem is there is so many platforms to choose from. So we saw an indication of who's on what in this room, but what is the right platform for your business? So I'm just going to walk you through the best of my knowledge, what we're using. There's other marketers in the room that can definitely add to this conversation. Would love to hear from everyone what your challenges are. But we are now starting to see other industries come into focus on social media. It's no longer just a restaurant or amusement park. A platform, entertainment and dining, has been on for a while, but now the other industries are coming in. So we've broken it down into 3 different types of platforms in terms of grouping the platforms together. So we talked about Facebook and Twitter, a lot of folks in the room on that, Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat. These are all consumer-focused platforms. So if you have a service that you're trying to get out to consumers, these are some of the platforms that you would want to play in. However, within these platforms, there are demographics that may not apply to your business. If your business is a barbershop, you probably don't want to be on Pinterest. Pinterest is 80% female. So that would not be the platform for you. So when you're trying to come up with a strategy and you have very little time as a business owner, you want to play where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So if I own the barbershop shop on Water Street, I don't want to play in Pinterest. It probably doesn't mean too much to me. If I am focused on seniors, I probably don't want to be on Snapchat. Snapchat has a demographics way younger than you. One of the platforms that we're seeing that is becoming a great focus for all age groups is Instagram. So we're now playing a lot in Instagram with our clients. Facebook and Twitter have been a staple for us for a while. Facebook is being accused of losing momentum. So hopefully this video comes up. I live with a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old. I live with them because they're my children. And I have a 7-year-old. I was hoping that. So my 16-year-old, my 14-year-old said, Mom, we're just on it for you and Grandmom. They're on Instagram, and my 7-year-old knows all of those platforms, knows how to get around them, but he doesn't have his own personal page. I don't know why that's not okay.
Can I just ask
Sure.
a question? Why Instagram over Facebook?
So
Or
it's a
not.
it's a generational. So when you think about what influences our decisions, it really does come from a younger sector. So Facebook, we were all teenagers once. Once Mom and Dad start doing it, we're out of here. And so that's what really is happening. It's an older demographic on Facebook now. Snapchat and Instagram gave younger consumers a way of communicating without committing to the platform. As we all know, and we'll talk about the challenges in a minute about Facebook, Facebook has changed. It's a corporation. If you own a business, I know everybody in this room who has a company page is challenged with getting as many fans reached as you actually have on the page. And they have a board that they have to give their annual reports to and give the revenue. So we're all, as business owners, no longer getting a ride there. So there are ways to get around that, and we'll talk about that. And one of them was that tagging that you guys were doing. Different tools that we can do to work around. Attaching yourself to different brands when you're writing the post helps your reach further. And it gets you connected with brands and other consumers, and it moves around the Facebook cash register that's ringing right now with ads from our businesses. So your question was why Instagram and not Facebook? So for that sector, we'll get to Instagram. Does anybody have Instagram on their phones? Okay, if you go to Instagram, we'll get to that page. There is not a lot of setup. You're getting your information out. You're using very coded communication. You're not writing long sentences like I just wrote, really excited to be here, I'm hip hop. You're not doing all of that. So quicker, shorter ways of communicating is what they like about Instagram. And Snapchat, the information goes away after you write it. So, supposedly. I don't know why the video didn't open up. Okay, move on. So, almost everyone here raised their hand. I think maybe 1 or 2 people out of the 35 people that don't have Facebook. But the question is, how are you using Facebook? Are you able to? So we all have company pages on Facebook or some sort of presence. Okay. Are you guys looking at? So you're writing posts. Okay, and you're probably challenged with finding the time to write a post. Okay, and then once you find the time to write a post, what do I write? So content is a big challenge for business owners. And then I've written the post. I have 4,000 likes, and I got 12 people to look at that post. So how to use the tools in Facebook. We know that everyone's using the mobile device right now to access. We all brought our cell phones today. We didn't leave them at home. And so you want to be able to make sure that you have the apps as a business owner, so you're able to view what's coming in, what people are saying, and be able to respond quickly. Wherever there is an app for these platforms, you want to make sure that you have that on your devices. The data and the analytics. So you're able to go into your insights. Is anyone using the insights to be able to look at how their posts are doing? You are doing that. And how are you doing on that?
Not great.
It's a lot of information.
It's a lot of information, and it's very, it's good information.
Right.
And I can see when I do a post, I can see it go up.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see it, but I think I should be getting more hits than what I'm getting.
So that.
Right.
Exactly what it is. You're not paying them, they're not showing you stuff.
Right.
No, I do some of the ads. Yeah, I do pay Facebook here and there.
Depending how much you pay, how much they show you.
Exactly, I don't pay very much.
So to add to that conversation, we'll spend $5-10 and we'll reach 1,000 people. The question is, how much of that is really qualified? So if I have a business in downtown Exeter and I've reached 1,000 people, but 500 of those are in Arizona, it wasn't to my worthwhile. So there are tools in Facebook that allow you to actually target exactly who you want. So you want to use every tool in Facebook. When you go to write an ad, Do you remember when you wrote the ad, if it just gave you the option to send the ad to everyone in your all your likes, or all your friends, or your fans?
No, what I did is I did certain geographical areas.
Great, perfect, perfect. Okay, so Facebook does give you the option of targeting who you're sending it to. Right, it defaults to the United States. So if you do an ad and you don't tell Facebook where to target the ad, it will send it to the United States. Who do you want to target? So they do give you some tools as well. On this page, you would be able to see that Facebook says that they're about 60-40 or 58-42 men to women. This particular business geared more toward women and younger women. In this, why is this? Is this because of the? Am I the only one that can't see that?
No.
There should be a setting on this to make it darker, or on your laptop to make it darker.
Because it's coming up very dark here.
It's not. It's going to be this, the actual projector.
So the insights for Facebook show you how many women, what's the percentage of women, and then by age. So it's by gender and by age that they'll show you what the makeup is of the consumers that have liked your page. Also, we'll give you the geography. Where are they from? So it allows you to be able to see where you're gaining leverage with engagement with consumers in the area. It's allowing you to see the growth of male consumers, or the growth of female consumers, and then how old are they? We would see, based on the findings on this page, we would be a lot more playful than we would if it was an older demographic. We typically see, the businesses that we're working with, we typically see 35 to 55 is typically what we see on Facebook. We don't see as a younger demographic as this is showing, and that is 15 to 17. So that's really young in terms of, I'm not sure what this business was, but that's extremely young for a Facebook result in terms of gender and age group for demographics.
So if your target demographic is 35 to 55,
Facebook is great. Facebook is great. Facebook is a great platform, and then how do you talk to that consumer? If the language is, so there's language here, there's what city, and then what country. So you want to look at all of that. Oh, this is horrible. I am so sorry.
Are these insights only for the page, or both profile and page?
This is for the page. This is for the page. So the other insight that you want to take advantage of would be how your posts are ranking, how much they reach. So reach is great, but I would far more want to see this, which is engagement. So we reached a bunch of folks here, but the engagement. So what's engagement? Means that you were on my timeline, and I saw it, but I never clicked through. If you engage me, I click through. If you really engage me, I share the post. And so it generally, for me, it takes a lot for me to share something, but usually it's the funny stuff. It's the things that I know that my friends would be near and dear to them. If there's something happening in the community, I'm going to share it. And so I'm sort of trying to give you guys an idea of when you write content, you want to always think about what's really going to hit the folks in Exeter or in Rockingham County on the seacoast. Can I write I'm going to write about my business, but I'm not going to sell every day. It's a gorgeous day today. I'm probably going to write a post about how beautiful the day is. Write something funny. And those are things that people share, because remember, they're not walking around thinking about your business all day long. So you want to be able to sell. Absolutely. But when you have the opportunity to connect through a community event, through a community happening, the weather, it was huge. We were really busy this winter with Snowmageddon. I mean, we came up with all kinds of names for each storm. Every time there was a storm, we looked up the name of the storm and we put the storm in the post. So if the business was closed that day, we put the name of Snowmageddon 2015, we're closed today. We always did something funny and engaging that people were going to share. So if you think about you, we're all consumers in this room. And none of us want to be sold to on a daily basis, once, twice, 3 times a day. But we will have something light. We'll come out for lunch, we'll come out to have fun, see a good friend. So if you think about yourself as a consumer, it's not very different than the people that you are trying to sell to and engage online. Oh, this is graphs. Okay, so what I like to always see, which you can't see, is the things going up, my likes going up. We don't want to lose people, sometimes we do, but you want to see that it just keeps going up, your likes. So the analytics from Facebook not only tells you how many likes you got and how that is trending up, it also is telling you where they came from. So on your Facebook page, people can get to your Facebook page many ways. They can go to your website, and in your website, I bet you it says like us. And then click that, and now I'm in your Facebook page. I could do a Google search and see your Facebook page come up, and I can go that way. So you want to find out where things are coming from. If anyone has Constant Contact newsletters, you might have your social media icons on that. If you don't, please add those. But there's many ways to get to your social media. So you want to make sure that all these platforms we're talking about, if you're on 2, make sure the 2 are connected and that you're promoting one on the other.
Lisa, how do you do that? How do you connect them?
There's tools on the sites to do that. Or we can do it. Twitter. So a lot of folks are in here more than I thought are using Twitter. So I have a Twitter story. I think everybody probably knows it. No? Okay. I was thrown off of JetBlue Airlines for tweeting. So Twitter is very near and dear to my heart because as long as I was in this game for a very long time, I have a business, but I hadn't actually experienced how powerful Twitter is. I had a issue with JetBlue. I was experiencing awful service, service that removed me from an airplane, service that actually told me I couldn't fly their plane anymore because I was taking pictures and capturing what was going on during my experience at the gate. So the airline did not like that, and we'll get to reputation management in a little bit. So they took me off. What I did, when I realized that I was not their favorite passenger, I did go on the Twitter feed of a few media outlets. So why I love Twitter is that you don't be shy. Even if you see someone has 1 million followers, go on. Twitter allows you to go into a conversation without knowing the person. Facebook, you have to like it, and I have to friend you, and then Nancy has to accept me as a friend, right? So there's a lot of privacy barriers with Facebook because it really is intended for personal use, and then they added business on because they needed to report earnings. But with Twitter, it's all about a conversation. And so I jumped on a conversation. Actually, I started a conversation about JetBlue, and I named it the flight that I was on. And then people saw that. The reason why everyone jumped on my Twitter hashtag, if I started that today and said I was at the Exeter Chamber doing a talk, no one would even care. Maybe 1 or 2 of you would hop on. I started a conversation about something that everyone could relate to, bad service. And so when I said I've experienced bad service, everyone went, oh, that's terrible. And when I said I actually had bad service and now I'm denied to even fly the airline, people were outraged. So now people are sharing, they're going on the hashtag, they're joining the conversation, they're giving their story about bad service, whether it was on Delta or Sky or JetBlue or Virgin or a restaurant. And so it started to feed itself unbelievably. So I like Twitter just because as a marketer, I'm able to reach media, I'm able to reach consumers, I'm able to jump on a conversation and be a part of it without having to commit to following you or to be your friend. I can jump in and out of conversations very easily.
But the other thing is, it's instant.
Yep, it's quick.
At the time.
It's quick.
Which is kind of
Great.
interesting as well.
And you can be as big or small on Twitter. And now Twitter's expanding. If you're on Twitter, you might see right now that they're trying to get you to advertise. So they are trying to step up their game for businesses. There are groups that you can join on Twitter. There's lists that you can create on Twitter, and Twitter does have analytics. We are not seeing a huge we're seeing great impressions and a lot of activity. It's not necessarily driving people back to your website. So again, I want to jump on, I want to be a part of a conversation, and then I'm getting off. So I would say that if you're on Twitter and you're frustrated, because some of my clients are, just hold on. It'll work for you. Hashtags. I get a lot of people asking me, what is a hashtag? Why do I need it? And so today, I can tell you what's trending right now. Never settle. Time 100, because the magazine just came out with their 100 thingy. Tax Day. We did a bunch of hashtagging on Tax Day. These are hashtags you can use on LinkedIn and you can use on Facebook. So hashtag is just a way of life right now. To the point where my Bud Light guy, they put it on their t-shirts. So hashtag is just how we talk, how we communicate with each other. So it's not limited to Twitter. You can use the hashtags on your other social media profiles to be able to draw in conversation, followers, and views. Yeah.
This is kind of like an anchor, because if you click on them in most social media, you'll see other people that have used that hashtag, and it's kind of just like a congregation.
Yeah, I was amazed. I had never started a hashtag until that incident. So I've been on Twitter. We always do posts. We have our Facebook feeding Twitter. But to start a hashtag and to see that I was trending that day was pretty cool. But it can, if you have something that's emotional that people can attach to, it's not a hard thing. People want information. There's people on Twitter all day long looking for things to attach themselves to. Jane the Virgin. I've never seen this TV show, but it trends all the time. There is another phenomenon which I'm sure you know about. So they come up with things like crap a band. Okay, so it's a little rude, but what happens is you take a very serious thing and then you make it funny, and those things trend probably every 3-4 days. I think we did one with make a band bad or something. So you make a band of food. So Red Hot Chili Peppers. That kind of thing. So just fun things. Twitter, 500 million users. So it's probably something you want to spend your time on to try to connect. 400 million tweets per day. 218 million monthly users, and then 100 million every day. So it's very active. It's something that your brand should at least be trying to talk to or jump on a conversation. Just try it out. Facebook has a lot more, 1.15 billion people on Facebook. So there's a huge difference. Facebook is not going to go away. One of my concerns as a social marketer is I need to start moving my clients to the next phase, because if my 16-year-old is not using Facebook that much, he probably won't be using it when he's 26 and he's a real consumer with a job buying your products. So how do you keep moving with the demographics that you're the next set of people? We're all going to be selling to millennials in the next 5 or 10 years. Unless you think you're going to be out of business, you really should be paying attention to that age sector. So Snapchat, Instagram, you don't necessarily have to play on them, but just try to think of what your strategy will be when they start to create platforms for businesses. Right now, they don't have that. Pinterest, 80% women. We love to do boards. We love to, one of these says random stuff I like. It's just whatever we like. So this is a reciprocal. So we learned this a long time ago. It's a very challenging platform. It's all women who don't want to be told what to do. So you need to reciprocate. So when you're doing a board, it can't be about you or about your brand. You have to start attaching boards that she made, because she feels that she's as important as your brand. So you need to reciprocate with her, and then you will get the love from that Pinterest group. But these are 80% women, they don't want to be told what to do. Instagram, and so this is where my kids are playing right now. As a matter of fact, my 14-year-old has this. His profile is locked. So you can do private profiles as well on Facebook, but I think that this generation is making 2 profiles, one that they can share and then one that they can have for their friends. Very simple talk. We are a little challenged on this platform because we want to say a lot about your business. So Twitter gives us 140 characters, Facebook gives us a page, and in Instagram you would never say, I'm so happy to be at the Exeter Chamber Commerce today, you would never say that. It's very short, and then I want to be able to pull in a lot of my friends as I'm writing the post. So images are crucial on this. We have one person just dedicated to graphics and images on our team. So for the businesses that we represent, pulling in images, Pinterest is that's boards, so it's all images. There's no text. There's very small captions. So if you do have a business, take pictures all the time. Be able to give a visual. We're in a very time-crunched consumer that loves visuals and videos. This is Snapchat. We won't spend any time on it because I don't think too many people have that consumer. They don't have a business channel yet. They do have Snapchat Cash. So they're creating a culture of consumers, and they're not worried about us advertising yet. They're making money because Facebook owns this.
Content pages like BuzzFeed and stuff like that are using it, but I'm not seeing those.
They're not worried about our money yet. It's a very smart way to build things. You have a demand, you have a consumer that's using it, and then the businesses will follow. That's why we're all on Facebook and doing Twitter. We follow where the consumer is. So we're not there. But this kid is in the next 5-6 years will be a consumer.
You haven't mentioned Tumblr.
I'm only sharing with you what we really use for driving our business, but I don't know if you have any insight on what you've done with Tumblr. We don't use Tumblr.
Tumblr is a lot of angsty kids posting angsty pictures and poems and complaining about illogical things and science fiction shows.
So yeah, that's what
I did on Tumblr, but I just bought a book, an art book on Tumblr. Just because I was reading through the things.
Right.
You can sign up for what you want. So maybe, I didn't
That's
sign up for
what
those things.
my arty friends are doing. So.
Yeah. So my thing with Tumblr, if I was trying to promote your business, so I'm not saying that people don't go there, post pictures, have conversations, but I'm trying to make sure that we have a communication that's tight. And when you're talking about the numbers that some of these other platforms have, we want to be able to spend our time wisely. So yes, I'm glad that you're having.
Well, I didn't anticipate.
But you probably, did you seek out Tumblr, or Tumblr came up in a search for you?
No, I got on Tumblr and Instagram because my granddaughter, that's the only way I could
Communicate.
Yeah, because she's not on Facebook anymore.
Yeah. So the difference between Facebook, Poking, and Snapchat, this gives us a little bit of, this is a better slide, a little bit of insight as to what the next generation will be looking at. And so there's no messages. So Facebook, I can poke someone, I can give a message. Snapchat, no message. So time crunch consumer. This consumer is not worried about words. If you have anyone in your life that's under the age of 25 and they don't pick up the phone to call you, words are useless. I want images, I want photos, I want quick sentences. I am too busy to be heavily engaged. Those things are not what I want to spend my time on. You can text and draw over images in Snapchat like you can Facebook. There is time sharing that's limited to 10 seconds for both. No location of service. It doesn't matter where you are, I just want to connect. I think with an older generation, we're worried about, we want to know where people are, who is contacting me, where am I getting this message from. They're very unconcerned about that. They're a shared economy. They want everybody to know exactly who they are and what their lives are. They broadcast, we do not broadcast. We want to be a little bit more private. Just some of the same things, usernames, countdown clocks, it's all the same. But I think it was interesting with the lack of words and the amount of time sharing that exists, the difference between Facebook and Snapchat, just to give you an idea where the next consumer's headed. Professional focused platforms. This is where I think we all feel really comfortable playing when we are not on a personal platform. And so LinkedIn is tailor-made for professional networking. I'm sure you all have your groups and your circles of friends that LinkedIn parties. Has anyone ever done a LinkedIn party? There are now parties on LinkedIn where you can, folks that are of your same industry. We are now, for the first time, we got a new client that's a blogger, and we're having a great time. So she's doing a lot of LinkedIn parties, hosting them, and joining LinkedIn parties for bloggers on LinkedIn. Does everyone have a profile image? And if you don't, please get one. It does say a lot about your business if you do not have an image. of yourself on LinkedIn, particularly. I know a lot of people get, oh, I don't have a nice image. I don't have a nice. Get one, because it really makes a difference for people connecting with you. Google Plus. We are doing Google Plus, and one I can say, and you'll see it from the next slide, is we do Google Plus because we want to play with Google. Other than that, I wouldn't spend my time normally. It's incredibly hard to connect with folks. The next generation is not on Google Plus, so if I'm looking forward, it's not a great place to be. But for my clients who we have set up Google Plus pages for their business, when you Google them, you see a nice map. We're able to drive a conversation about what they do by using Google Plus. So you want to have a Google Plus profile at least, even if you're not engaging businesses, but this is where businesses meet on Google Plus. This is not the average consumer. This is not the mom who's doing the Pinterest boards. This is not the 20-something who's looking for a bar to go to or a place to eat. These are professionals, so you're really networking B2B. But other than that, it is great for what you look like when you search your business. So actually, let's do that now. Because can everyone just do a Google search on your business?
When I just recently got a car, I had a really good experience, and they told me to do a Google review.
Yes.
And so I feel like those reviews are really good because they do pop up in the search results.
Awesome.
The business has to have the Google Plus account to have those reviews.
No, reviews will go up, but unless you claim the page, like just for instance, there's a local music shop near my place, and right underneath the address and the hours and the times, which go there because whoever puts it up, Google or one of their affiliates, it says underneath, if you own this page, claim it, and then they'll set you up.
So you've seen it, okay. Like,
So-
do you recommend certain, if you're a business owner and you want to have online reviews and ask your happy customers, do you tell them to do Yelp, do you tell them to do Google, do you tell them to pick or do all of them?
It's really a challenge, and we do all kinds of anything from an incentive. We do drawings for reviews. Google reviews seem to be a lot harder to get, and I think again that goes back to the consumer feeling comfortable. So we get, I can tell you in order, Facebook reviews are very easy to get because that consumer is already playing on Facebook. Yelp and TripAdvisor is a little bit more challenging, but we get them, particularly in the food and dining sector. And then Google Plus, it's a really hard time. We had one of our clients is Access Coach Limousine. We advertise on Google Plus. We do a lot of engagement. He's one of the business owners that believes in that platform, and it's extremely hard to get. Even people they'll put a review everywhere else but Google, and I think that is about the customer feeling comfortable. So as much as we love Google and Google Plus, again, if we go back to the notion that this is really about the customer, and we're going to go where the customer is, it becomes a little bit difficult with Google Plus.
So as a customer, I could only make that review because I have Google Plus?
No, you can make the review. No, so why would you claim the page? So she can make a review. Your page is out there. Let them make reviews. So you want to claim your page because you want to control the conversation about your business. And so when they come up in a search, they want to be able to have images of their products. They want to be able to have an accurate description because the description could have been from someone who didn't even like the business or, quick description. So that's why you want to claim any pages. When you Googled yourself, if you found a page or a website that you're on that you have no idea why you're on it, go on there and claim yourself or get rid of it because you want to be able to control every conversation about you on social media properly.
So you can't get rid of bad reviews, right?
You can't get rid of, yes, we're going to talk about reputation management. Because you cannot get rid of, you can get rid of reviews on Facebook, but you can't on the review sites. Any questions about LinkedIn or Google Plus? Everybody has a profile. Is going to make sure they have a beautiful picture of themselves. Company pages. So I have a Lisa Carter Knight page that talks about my work history, and then I have a Drinkwater Productions page. So everybody have their professional one for themselves and company. Awesome.
You don't recommend separating them.
Well, you have to have one to have the other. So you have to have your personal page and then add on. And then I did download recently the Connected app. And so I'm old, so I didn't immediately go to it, but I had someone younger who said to me, so how do we capture the next generation? So this app just allows me to skim you all. Right? So Nancy had a birthday today. Right now, if I go to the regular app or my laptop and see LinkedIn, I go to Nancy's profile and I see the post that she's done. I see what she's done. I don't want to know that. I'm a time crunch consumer. I'm a millennial. I just want to know the highlights of what's going on with my circle of people in my LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has created Connected for the next generation who just wants highlights, things quickly. They don't want to have to go through a bunch of profiles and pages. It's a good app because it does allow you, every morning you can go in and you can see what is the significant things that are happening, anniversaries, job changes. The Exeter Chamber of Commerce is looking to hire people, just looking for the highlights from your network because we're all very time crunched. We talked about the company page. They just updated the company page with LinkedIn, sorry. So if you don't have one, go in and take advantage of that. Google Plus, we just talked about that. So I don't know if you can see. So these are companies that have Google Plus pages. They came up on the map, and actually down here to the over on this side would have been also for this particular business some information about them. So Google Plus is important, I feel, because you want to play with Google and you want to make sure if it's the best search engine out there, number one search engine, you want to make sure that you have a profile set up with that search engine that is beneficial and best describes your business. Reputation management platforms. So is anyone on Yelp here? Yeah, okay. And then TripAdvisor? Have you ever and I know this is personal, I can tell you that I deal with companies all day, a lot of places that you guys eat, and there will be someone that'll complain about the service. So you cannot help complaining about service. So I'm on JetBlue and I'm now complaining about the service. I'm telling the Twitter nation that the service is bad, I've just been thrown off the plane, I'm a victim of corporate America. And the PR person for JetBlue, that's located in Queens, New York, had two options. She had an option to go after the viral complaint from Lisa Carter, or she wanted to go the traditional route, which is the individual who I was complaining about. She wanted to make sure that he did not do what he was accused of, and she wanted to take care of that in the media. So she had the traditional way of doing PR or this new social media that can ruin your business. So she went with the traditional way. So while she was trying to put out a fire internally in her corporation, Lisa Carter was on ABC News, NBC News, Good Morning America. I was on Twitter, and Facebook was blowing up, and so it became an issue. So what I can say to you guys is, if you go on Yelp and you see yourself on Yelp, claim the profile. Don't ignore it. I've had many businesses say to me, those are just haters. They're haters that are online, and you can't remove them. Your business decisions really have to be based on how much is this going to cost me in the social media world that's going to live out there forever. So people just want to be heard, whether they're haters or complainers or not. Take care of it immediately. Yes, ma'am.
How do you find your page?
So did you Google yourself? Did you Google your business?
I'm having an issue with my phone right now, so I'm trying to do that. It's
Here.
challenging.
Let's Google. Here, you take it.
If anybody needs the wireless password, it's right there.
So, and then there's a Yelp app. There's Yelp for Business. So Yelp says they can't take away the reviews. So companies like myself, we try to bury it, to be honest.
But you can respond to this.
You can respond. So what do you do when you have a bad review? You respond immediately. You don't do the JetBlue thing, which is whatever that crazy woman is saying, let her go on. You respond immediately. What is your issue? Now I've been heard. So now you at least quiet me down. Okay, and then you respond accordingly. We thank you for your feedback. Your food was awful. Thank you so much. I have now relayed that to management. We'll try to do our best. I came in on Saturday night and we couldn't get a seat. It was horrible. We waited, 2 hours for a table. We are so sorry. By the way, did you know that on Wednesdays we have dollar oysters? You should come back then. So just a way of engaging them. We thank you for the feedback, but you have to do it quickly. Do not wait. Because it just starts a fire. We had one client who actually started I think one of the things I say here is don't ignore, but also don't engage. Someone came in and said that they had a takeout order and the takeout was wrong. So my client started to post receipts on her Facebook page showing that the order was correct. Okay. 8 or 9 posts later, because now it's personal. Now you've taken the consumer to a different level, and so it was a shitstorm. So don't engage. It's just thank you. We'll try to do better. Any questions about reputation management? And I know that in certain industries you guys are not on. So I have lawyers, I have financial advisors. When I search Yelp, I see all of you probably have profiles, but none of you are claiming your pages. And so I would say claim it. Claim it because you want to be able, the biggest thing here is controlling the conversation. Social media is dictating everything, but you got to be able to control the conversation about your business. According to the Wharton School of Business, 70% of the complaints on Twitter go unanswered. That's complaints on Twitter. Yeah, and so and they're the worst because now it's a hashtag. It's what I did. It's a hashtag that now anybody who's ever had a problem with your business can jump on the hashtag. So now you not only have one complaint, now you have several consumers complaining about your brand. McDonald's started a hashtag about a new sandwich that they were launching. And they tried to be fun and lighthearted, and it was a disaster because then it turned anyone who did not like McDonald's used the hashtag to make a complaint. So you just want to be careful because there is social media has given everyone the right to have a voice, which is great. But you just want to be able to again control the conversation. So this is what TripAdvisor looks like in terms of the page. Awesome tools. Not for if you're a lawyer or a bank in the room, that's not going to be your platform, so you're safe on that one. But if you do have a business that would be on someone's trip list, if you have a farm, if you have a restaurant, if you're in the limousine business, you can have sightseeing tours, anything like that. You should be on TripAdvisor. People do look and they rate you. And I think it's a great platform. You can't remove the reviews, but it's just another way of someone saying something really awesome about your business. Within the TripAdvisor platform, there are free marketing tools. They can send stickers for your business to post outside. Have you ever been to a restaurant and it says TripAdvisor? They use that tool. It also will allow you to send out email blasts with the TripAdvisor brand on it to say, hey, you ate at Kume last night or this week, how was it? So great marketing tools within the platform. Yelp. So everyone hates Yelp. Yelp for business owners, if you've been getting calls about buying ads, it works. So here's what happens with Yelp. Food Tours of New York could be on the page of any pizza place around the corner from them. So the thing about Yelp is it's a review site that I as a consumer can go on to review. I as a business can buy an ad so that I could be on your page, your page, your page. Nothing you can do. So it is definitely a way that if you're in a city of 12 pizza parlors, you are now visible. If you do a Google search for a business, pizza in Exeter, places to eat in Exeter, Yelp has an incredible SEO. And what is that? It comes up first. Your website and then your Yelp page comes up. So while I am not a fan because anyone can go on and make a complaint about your business, it is one of the strongest SEO tools you can have for your business. And that means a lot when we're all trying to be seen in a Google search. And you can control the conversation. You can put up the profiles. You can put up the images of your business. And you can advertise if you choose to. So while I know that it's a pain in the butt for everyone, I really think that the Yelp platform is just a great source for SEO. So I don't have time for that, Lisa. You just said a lot. You talked about LinkedIn. I need to have a profile. I need to open up a business page. I need to have my Yelp page, Facebook. This is an image of, I can't see it. Content, I know, I'm lost without it. No, I can't see it without. I'm lost without my iPad. Okay, so if we look at the social media platforms in terms of the size of car and how much gas, right? Gas is content. So the top one is Pinterest, 5 times a day. If you're in the business of women and constantly engaging. So my blogger client, 5 times a day, she's creating boards or pitting boards or doing something fabulous on Pinterest. Because her client base would be particularly women. She blogs about finance and how to save money and get out of debt. Twitter, 3 times a day. And if you ever looked at a Twitter feed, you see it as like the same company is giving me another message in 3 times a day. Google Plus 3 times a day and Facebook twice. We typically will post once a day on Facebook, but I think like yesterday there was something. One of my clients got an award, so we did something about tax day. We found out they had an award and we posted again. So twice a day would be the maximum on Facebook. But on these other platforms, do you see how you can continually engage? And so, do you have time for that? Is the question. Content. What do you do for content? So I gave you some things that were trending. Tax Day, Earth Day's coming up, so we're doing a whole promotion on Earth Day. How does Earth Day? What is the consumer thinking about today that you can tie your business to? That's basically what content is. With the restaurants, we have there's always Mai Tai Monday, there's always Taco Tuesday, there's always TGI Friday, but when you're in another business, how do you think about content? How does content relate to you? My blogger who talks about finance, we talked about tax day yesterday in terms of, what are you going to do with your refund? My client who's in the construction business, what are you going to do with your tax refund? Here's an idea, and we put up images of remodeling that he did. So what is the consumer thinking about today? Probably about the weather. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. No, it's Thursday. Yesterday was hump day. So people are thinking about the weekend, what to do, and how can you tie that into them driving them to your business this weekend or giving you a call today?
And then every day now, too, is some kind of day, right?
Yes. Wine Wednesday. I mean, it is unbelievable. So Hump Day was a given. We all knew that. And Taco Tuesday has become just like, it's Taco Tuesday. TGI Friday has always been. But every day there is something. You can also Google calendars and see what significant days are in the calendar. So it was Siblings Day. Did anybody do the Siblings Day last week? Awesome.
My customers are about my age, and so I think of myself...
20?
Right.
Wow.
I think of myself as a consumer, and I get really annoyed when I'm getting repeated email messages. So is there any data or research on a saturation point where it's like, enough, once a day is enough? I understand if you were trying to sell T-shirts to 20-year-olds, but for people, 20 and over like me, it's just too much.
Yeah, I think the analytics will look at that too. So we'll start to see things are slowing down. The other thing that you can get on Facebook is what time of day your fans are on and what day of the week is most popular. What time of the day do you feel? Just think about yourselves for a second, right? We're all consumers in the room. What time of day would be the most popular to post?
9 o'clock at night.
You're absolutely right.
9 o'clock at night?
Yeah. You're sitting there, you're watching Scandal or Jane the Virgin, right? And you got the phone there, and you're done with dinner, you're done with work, you're done, kids are in bed. That is the time that we will be most coherent right before we go to bed to look at we're multitasking. We're looking at TV, we're checking our emails, we're looking at TV, so that's really the time. Anywhere between 7 and 9 o'clock is the most active time. I haven't seen a client yet who didn't have that as the time to post. Now, if you're a restaurant, what do you do? Because you're trying to drive lunch. So in the morning we get up, except for you, and we check. I wanted to. So I loved feedback. So you gave great feedback. You did Tumblr. We're saying, Tumblr's bad. You bought a book on Tumblr. Hell, that was great.
I had a question. When you're talking to prospects, when do you recommend that a small business get a service for their social media, and when do you recommend for them to do it themselves?
Ask the question one more time.
Like you're saying, small business owners are super busy. How can they manage all of this? Like, at what point does the company hire somebody to manage their social media?
I would say from day one, and that's not because I'm in the business, it's because we did events before we did social media. I worked for 3 or 4 different corporations. So I could say to myself, someone like a Drinkwater or whoever, to do that every day, and then what are you worth an hour? Right, and so that's where you got to say, it's probably cheaper for me to hire somebody, unless it's, $1 million, but you just have to weigh it. Like, if they're going to make sure that all my profiles are being watched, respond to my do my reputation management, and come up with compelling content every day that drives people to my social media pages, okay, so now what am I worth an hour? Because they can't do what I do, but they can do that. And so even IT, I do the same thing. And we make those decisions as small business owners all the time. So what does it cost to have someone do the reputation management and the content and engagement and the images, and then what are you worth an hour? Because if you sit and do that for half an hour every day, what is that costing your company?
And how much does it cost for a small business to hire someone to do it?
I can tell you what I can tell you what we charge. I don't know. Is there another social media person in the room? Yeah. So.
What we do is probably something different from what you do. We get people targeted followers, and so they have large numbers of following, which I think is something different. What you're doing. Right?
Yeah. So we're actually maintaining the pages. Yeah. Work together. I know. So a basic package, I can tell you what is $375 a month. And that is Facebook and Twitter. I have something on the table for everyone. Facebook and Twitter is $200, but the package with 4 platforms in the reputation management. I wanted to share with you guys, because the other thing is, as owner of the business, my background is marketing. So I'm not this tech-savvy kid that is in technology. I'm always looking at things from a consumer standpoint. So what I wanted to do is just share something. I just met with the UNH Marketing Club, and so I think when you guys leave here, whether you have a conversation with me or you say, well, I got enough tools to do things on my own, I want you guys to, I hope this opens, to understand, if you are writing content and you have the time to do that, this is what this was about. You and I having a conversation about where you should be, which platform. You don't want to be on all 8 platforms. You don't have time. But if today you found that there's 2 that you can comfortably manage on your own, do that. We talked about images, profile, what time of day, make sure you're going after the right consumer, all of those things. So today was about looking at all the profiles and kind of looking at your business and thinking, wow, okay, so which one should I really focus on? Or if I want to do this the way that I really want to do it, there is a resource out there that can help me out. I am fascinated by consumers. This doesn't open, I'm not going to be happy.
You get to play the slideshow and then
It opens. I'm only taking the time to do this because I think you guys will benefit from.
You got a shield for us.
I was able to do it. This is a trend report.
So couldn't you manage the pages that you're talking about? For example, the 8 social pages. Couldn't you manage it through an aggregate like Hootsuite or Line or Friendly, where it actually feeds into your pages, so that you're managing one, but it's going into all of the other areas?
Yeah, you can. So here's the issue with HubSpot, Hootsuite. So it starts snowing in about 5 minutes. You've already scheduled those. And so we schedule posts as an organization too. But there's 2 things. Those items set up a schedule. They're not cheap. So you still have to pay for those resources. And remember that you're being charged by the amount of content that you put out there. So we already talked about twice a day on Facebook, 5 times a day on Twitter. So that starts to add up when you are going through a service. Then there's other services out there that are located not here. And so I'm working right now with a business in Salisbury. They have us, and they have another organization that's a lot bigger. So they are basically pulling from your website because they don't know that there is a festival, a farmer's market going on downtown Exeter. They don't know about the community thing. So I'm not saying that you have to get somebody who's in the community, but it sort of helps regionally when there's someone who knows the area that can put in content to connect with your consumers. So there are businesses that will call you from California and say they can manage it for $25 a month. And so you still, as a business owner, have to give them images and content. So ask those questions when someone's calling you and asking you to have your business when it comes to social media. Do I have to provide content? And so again, your time is worth a lot. So if you're now creating content to email to someone in California so they can post to your page, it's useless. It's useless. I can't open this. I need your help. I need your help. I really want to play this video.
Why don't you just YouTube search top 20 trends in 2015? That's a valid video.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. I have to close that down. So was there any other questions about the, when you're either doing yourself or when you're being solicited as a business to do this, and content writing? I started talking about hashtagging and tagging, and a lot of folks that tell us how to do that. Is everybody clear about what that does? So we need to.
I hear hashtag, I'm like, I still don't get it.
It's just literally an anchor that people can just.
Can I search off of that? I don't.
Yeah, if you're on Instagram, you can search hashtag spring, and it'll show you all the posts that people have tagged spring into their posts that we can see.
Yeah.
Does it have to be exact? Come up with different.
It usually has to be exacted for you to link, because it's just if two people are talking about like sandwiches and then they both hashtag the same thing, when you click on that, you're gonna get what they said. It's literally just it's how it all comes together.
54. So when you sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was interested to hear your thoughts about Hillary Clinton, launching her campaign through social media and how powerful it's become, like people tweeting pictures of her at Chipotle and things like that.
Do you remember when they overthrew the government in Egypt? I don't know if you guys remember. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago. That was all done on social media. The campaigns for Ferguson, it was all done on all those marches were done on social media. Those were people putting out there something as simple. Does everybody remember the snowball fight in the middle of Portsmouth this winter? That's all social media. That is someone saying, let's have a snowball fight, and it being shared. And so that shows you how social media has taken down, in the last 5 years, has taken down governments. It's coordinated marches. I mean, I think it's fascinating that you can be, it's one thing to say you're in downtown Cairo and let's do, let's overthrow a government. Everyone, politics, you can gather people in different ways. But to understand that for the Black Lives Matter campaign in so many different cities, there was coordinated marches, all done from social media. So, okay. So I think she's smart. I think Obama did the same thing theoretically years ago. So I think she's really smart. Okay, so the problem is the sound. Damn it.
Is your volume up all the way?
We'll see.
Clairvoyant details. Amy Hunt, the trends in 2050.
It's up all the way.
Being responsive retail. Though the word beacon is still mysterious for many, beacons are breathing new life into location-based marketing with interactive galleries, digital shopping, and interactive displays. Minority Report's pop-up ads of the future are becoming reality. A 19 ritualized collaboration. Today, Today's ever-moving consumer can't seem to pick one thing to focus on, making products like superhero skincare, beer-branded denim, and designer headphone collaboration all the more exciting. At 18, competitive reward. Competition-driven travel apps, high-thought challenges, and rewarding harvest games are not the name for the new angry bird competition, but instead it's examples of how companies are utilizing gamification in the real world to convert competitive consumers into customers. At 17, everyday robotics. Automated lawnmowers, next-level vacuum robots, and family robots like Jibo are introducing robotic convenience into everyday life. Jibo, for example, acts as your family photographer, your kids' tutor, a recipe machine, your virtual presence when you can't be there, and maybe even your digital friend. At 16, tiny indulgence. Tiny grilled cheese rolls, gumbo cupcakes, and compact sprinkled snacks are all examples of how to meet midway between the wave of healthy eating and your desire for delicious bites. At 15, waste currency. From that currency in your can to incentivize recycling or even getting a train ticket in exchange for your recycled beverage bottle are all examples of an eco-conscious movement to reward consumers for their adoption of an eco-conscious mindset. At 14, social exclusivity. Secret social chat apps, self-destructing messages, and private picture posting are all examples of a new type of instant gratification. Snapchat might have paved the way, but expect more business models and marketing that enable exclusivity and sharing without permanence or public posting. At 13, biometric capture. Motion detecting cameras, brainwave cameras, and even behavior monitoring technology are a few examples of a new era of human connectivity, where we will merge with our wearable devices and technology that can better read our emotions. And 12, meta marketing. Nonsense spotting apps, self-deprecating beer ads, and viral parodies answer that jarring question on everyone's mind. How do you impact and reach that elusive millennial? Basically, telling like it is, meta marketing is the idea of advertising about ads, tapping into a brand's self-awareness, self-mockery, and authenticity. At 11, swap commerce. Food swapping websites and digital consignment boutiques are taking currency out of the equation. Swap commerce reintroduces bartering in a modern age where tech platforms simplify the ability to share luxuries, goods, and services. At 10, chemical revolt. Rebelling against brands and the uncertainty of their awkward and unpronounceable chemical ingredients, consumers are opting for do-it-yourself creams, soaps, moisturizers, and even making their own makeup. In a move that makes do-it-yourself not just about personalization, but about knowing the ingredients of the products you use. At 9, multi-sensory marketing and virtual reality. From the Oculus Rift to sound-producing posters, touch-activated denomads, and cheese-scented posters. If we've seen that blogs and social media used to be all about the visual appeal, now the next wave of advertising calls upon our sensations of touch, taste, smell, and interacting in virtual worlds. And 8, upscale convenience. 1-minute donuts, canned cake batter, and microwavable gourmet quiches. What's a blossoming food to do when they're pressed for time? The young urban population is increasingly concerned with fun, flavor, and shareable taste, but they're more time-pressed than ever before. This enters a new wave of convenience made for those with limited time. At 7, expanded luxury. During the credit crunch, ultra-luxury products of the 1% continued to thrive, but mainstream luxury had lost its luster. Now we're seeing opulent brands return and reconnect with the mainstream through brand extensions ranging from fashion magazine cafes to haute couture coffee and even luxury grocery stores. At 6, tech paranoia. Over the last year, we've seen top-tier brands, banks, and publications get hacked, fueling our fears about security, inspiring a new range of paranoia products like RFID-proof wallets, hacker-proof laptop cases, and Wi-Fi blocking organizers. At 5, masculinity redefined. From father-daughter portraits to coordinated fraternal photo shoots, social media is showcasing a new type of masculinity, pushing gender stereotypes aside and bringing men into a broader spectrum of conversations. At 4, bespoke e-commerce. Customized customizable shoe apps, custom shirt builders, and personalized patchwork for your menswear, we continue to see a huge surge of personalized products in the pursuit of all those ideas that are unique and irresistible to the individual consumer. At 3, practical printing. From 3D printed skulls to fully customizable printed furniture and animal printed makeup, we've entered an era of practical 3D printing. It's true that the novelty of 3D printing one's own products has yet to wear off, but the cool part is that 3D printing is becoming pragmatic. At 2, clairvoyant detail. Instead of perusing for products in your local store, consumers are being told what to buy or at least accepting what they get from their trusted retailers. From monthly menswear subscriptions to soft delivery and curated gift boxes, personal style has never been so easy for the time-crunched consumer. At 1, routine rental. From toy services to temporary kitchens, consumers are becoming more comfortable with fractional ownership. Maybe it's spurred by rental models like Airbnb or sites like Fiverr that let you rent someone's expertise, but we are becoming a society that is more comfortable than ever sharing and renting parts of our everyday life. Those are the trends in 2015. If you want to find your next opportunity, check out our custom research.
Awesome. So, it's a lot to think about. Thank you for listening, but I think that, look, all these trends won't enter your daily life, your stream, or your business, but it's interesting to see where things are going and help you create content. Thank you so much for coming today.